Yeah, I was supposed to have a Deadpool challenge video up, but yeah, it's not done. So instead, take this compilation of Telltale's The Walking Dead season 1, the whole recap. Enjoy. Oh, side note, the first 2 episodes might sound ass, but if you can get through them, they're still funny. But if you get through them, I thank you. It gets better at the end. So with that being said, enjoy the video. Videos.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another Monday in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment share with you.
The episode opens with the main character, Lee Everett, being taken to Meriwether County Correctional Facility, aka the prison. Wow, our first main black character on this channel. And he's in the back of a cop car. Man, not on Black History Month. Oh, it's no longer February? Damn, I move slow. But okay. Oh, and fun fact, the prison is actually used in both the TV show and the comics. Lee and the officer talk to each other. Yeah, the officer, like, if he was on that jury, he would have been shouting.
Hang that nigga now.
Talking about he better get that image.
Rope right here.
No, on a serious note, they were talking about some people that the officer had driven. While going on about another person, the officer hits a walker which crashes the car, knocking out Lee. Lee wakes up and frees himself and then kills his first walkers.
Get away from me! Shit! Where are you? Don't make me do this!
With this, Lee is forced to run, hopping a fence, landing in the backyard of a house which Lee enters. He takes a note of pool of blood, which he... Damn it, Lee, how you managed to slip in the blood you just took notice of. After finding a walkie-talkie and getting some water, Lee goes around and starts snooping. He lands on an answering machine. There are 3 messages, each one getting more and more concerning, until the last one mentions a name, Clementine, who then proceeds to contact Lee via walkie-talkie. They talk for a second, and then Lee is caught off guard by the sitter, turned walker. He manages to run. Nigga, how? You already slipped on that earlier, clumsy ass. Lee manages to survive thanks to the help of Clementine. They decide to party up, and the first major decision is to be made. I'll call choices like these major decisions due to the fact that it has some bearing on the story. A little bit, not really. The choices are leave right away, or leave once the sun goes down. I decided to leave right away because why the fuck would you leave at a time where it cuts down your ability to see? Like, I'm not moving in the dark. Leaving, they run into Sean and Chet, and as a group, they leave for Sean's dad's farm. If you decide to leave at night, you would run into Shane and a black officer. Chet would be a walker already, so I guess we saved him. Arriving, Clem and Sean meet Sean's dad, Herschel. I believe he's also in the TV show, but don't quote me. But I believe so. While Herschel patches up Lee's leg, they have a conversation where Lee can either tell the truth or lie. And with this, Lee and Clem ends up sleeping in a barn due to lack of rooms available.
It smells like...
Shit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk like that.
That was a swear. I missed my mom and dad.
I bet, Clem.
How far is Savannah?
Pretty far.
Oh, okay.
Lee and Clem is then awoken by Kimmy, a fisherman. Lee then meets his wife and son. One's a veterinarian, and the other is named Doug. He then goes and helps Sean fix up the fence on the farm. Herschel then pulls Lee to the side and has a conversation.
Can I give you a piece of advice?
Sure.
I don't know who you are or what you did, but you better become a better liar, and fast. Let's say things don't get better back in the cities, or they get worse before they do. You're gonna have to depend on the honesty of strangers if you're gonna make it. And if those same people get to questioning yours, you're gonna be in trouble. So whoever you are and whatever you did, keep it to your damn self.
Hey, you know how I just said
Listen to a man giving you
Lee and
advice.
Herschel has a conversation that Lee can lie or tell the truth? Yeah. I don't know how to actually tell the truth. Because I'm going to be honest, I tried my damnedest, but it still seemed like I lied. I'm not sure if this was based on my decision, but I believe it wasn't. But Lincoln Park would say. Oh, and after this, walkers attack the farm. And you have another major choice who to save. Well, who to try and save. Sean, who's stuck under the tractor, or Doug, who got grabbed by a walker. In all truthfulness, Sean's gonna die either way, so I just decided to try to save Doug. With the death of his son, Herschel kicks everyone out. Nigga damn near about to lose his head over his son's death. Fast forward some years and he damn near loses his head for his own death. Lee and Clem get a ride with Kenny and his family to Macon, whatever the fuck it's called. They arrive and is immediately surrounded by walkers, which they escape from with the assistance of Carl and Glenn. Entering the building, Lee groups get into conversation with a group already in the store about not letting people in, and the argument escalates when Duck is accused of getting bitten, given the fact that he was grabbed by a walker. Lee then does his best to calm everyone down.
Knock this guy out.
Happily.
Jesus!
Okay, I didn't pick the peaceful route, but you can. I'm just not going to. I'm picking violence. But all the tension is immediately cut when Lee and Carly saves Clem from a walker. At this point, Lee goes around and speaks to people. Perfect time to explain new characters. Being Carly, the reporter, aka the woman with a gun, and also who can't figure out how to put batteries in the radio. Doug, cameraman, aka a nerd. Glenn, Asian pizza delivery boy, aka nigga that went looking for supplies. Larry, the asshole, possibly racist, also has a heart condition. And finally, Lily, Larry's daughter, and leader of the group. Also has more color than the rest of the cast, or everybody else is just ashy. Or it's just the option I picked, the graphic I picked, maybe, I don't know. With Larry's conditioning flaring up, Lee and King takes the leader role so Lily can focus on her father. While checking the office, Carly confronts Lee about his past, and let him know that it would be better if mentioned to the others what he did, so it wouldn't be used as ammo against him later. So, quick rundown on Lee. He was a professor that caught his wife cheating with a senator. He then killed the senator and was arrested for it. That's why he was in the back of the police car at the beginning. It was already done. He was already sentenced. The store that the group is in used to belong to his parents and brother. His parents had died at the start of the outbreak, and his brother is a walker stuck underneath a down pole outside. Lee then has a chat with Clem.
How are you doing?
Yeah, it's not that heavy.
How about with everything outside?
It's not good.
No, it's not.
But I think it'll be okay.
Okay, here we go.
Do you have kids?
No,
You don't have a family?
let's not talk about that. Do you play sports?
I play soccer, but I don't really like it.
I'm not crazy about it either. All right, a little further.
Afterwards, Glenn calls saying that he needs help saving a person, so Lee and Carly goes to the motel that Glenn went to. Arriving, the trio works their way through the walkers. They get to the woman and she tells them she is infected, and then notices that Carly has a gun, and asks if she could use it since she believes the walkers are demonic and she's a Christian. You can decide to give it to her or not. I, of course, chose not to, since suicide isn't looked upon in a positive light for Christians. I'm such a good person. And also, I'm not wasting no fucking bullet. You got me fucked up. Go kill yourself some other way. Go drown yourself. Hang yourself. You ain't using my bullets. But it didn't matter.
Whoa, take it easy. We just want to help.
You can't.
Miss, just relax now. You need to think this through. We'll find you a doctor. It'll be okay. Let's all just... No! No!
The trio returns. With an axe in hand, Lee is able to get the key from his walker brother, and after putting his brother down, he goes to get the medication for Larry in the store, but it triggers an alarm, which forces the group to hold off the walkers while Kenny goes and gets the vehicle. Another major decision is who to save, Carly or Doug. Of course I chose Carly, cause she got the gun. And cause she also got that.
My punani.
While escaping, Larry knocks Lee down, but Kenny comes and helps Lee up. The entire group goes to the motel since there was more supplies there. Glenn Ding decides to leave, to go to his friends in Atlanta. Yeah, good on him. Hope it works out for him.
Back to it.
Lee, Kenny, and Lily discuss what the next move is.
Motor inn's pretty damn defendable. We block off the entrances with some cars, keep someone on watch. We could stay here until the military rolls through.
I actually agree with that plan.
Me too.
We got beds, we got water, and most importantly, we got light. There are worse places to call home.
Yeah, you're right. You know, guys, I think it's going to be okay.
Y'all in y'all fucking mouths.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night. Let me paint the view. Color down with my light. For every moment share with you.
The game opens up with Lee and a new character named Mark walking through the woods hunting for food. Again, there was a 3-month time skip between this episode and the end of episode 1. A new day. While hunting, the pair hears somebody screaming. Believing it to be one of their group members, Kenny, they follow the screaming, finding not Kenny stuck in a bear trap, surrounded by other people who are still not Kenny. Then Kenny pops up, and the trio is stuck dealing with the situation, and on top of that, walkers are closing in. With Homeboy stuck in an altered bear trap, Lee is forced to cut off his leg and bring him back to
Come on, we gotta go, now! No! No, don't leave me! Damn it, Lee!
God damn it.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Well, at least we managed to save the other boys while hitting Hick.
Why the fuck would you do something like
Alright, man, whatever. The survivor returned with someone who's injured, and the group gets into it on why they would bring another person, given the fact that they're running out of food. The argument ends with Lily saying that she's tired of being the bad guy, so she gives Lee the rations and tells him to feed the people. There's a total of 4 pieces of food and about 10 survivors, including Lee and the newcomer Ben. Oh yeah, Ben, he joins the group. He was one of the not Kennys. He doesn't play too big of a part in this episode. I think he dropped like one major fact, and that was it for him this episode. After giving out the rations, Lee checks in with Katja, who informs him that whoever you brought back didn't survive and died. But before Lee could say anything, the pair is attacked by the recently declared dead nigga. Mark comes to the rescue.
Move, move! Shit, it's stuck!
Fucking Mark. Carly ends up saving Lee, returning the favor from episode 1. The entire group gets pissy with Ben, believing that he knew that his mans was bitten and decided to hide it. This leads to Ben dropping the biggest bomb of the entire series.
You said he wasn't bitten! What? We asked you point blank, was he bitten, and you said no! He wasn't! Well, your not bitten friend here came back to life and tried to kill my wife! What? Wait, you all don't know? What the hell are you talking about?
It's not the bite that does it. You come back no matter how you die. If you don't destroy the brain, that's just what happens. It's gonna happen to all of us.
The group tries to wrap their head around that information, but is interrupted when 2 random people show up. The Crimson Chin looking nigga is Andy, and the Turtle / Bart Simpson's lips one is that's Dan, or Danny. The duo is walking around gathering gasoline, which they managed to negotiate somehow from the group, in exchange for some food in return. With a deal struck, Lee and some of the group heads out with the random duo back to their home, which turns out to be a farm, surrounded by an electric fence. After trading with the family, Lee's group decides bringing the rest of the group back for dinner in return for Katja checking in on a sick cow would be acceptable trade. Yeah, the farm's family has a sick cow, so they're just trading Katja's services for dinner for the entire group. Carly and Ben leave with the food that was promised and heads back to the end to get the rest of the group, leaving Lee and Mark, who decide to help clear out some bodies of walkers on the fence. I ain't gonna lie, this shit looking like slave labor on Black History Month. That's sad.
Holy fuck! What just happened?
The fences are on.
Why the hell would he turn the fence on? He knows we're out here.
Returning with a wounded Mark, the duo arrives just as the others arrive. This leads to everyone arguing and Andy admitting that they were giving the bandits food for protection. It wasn't really protection, it was just so that they wouldn't bother them. But it seems as though that has changed. The Bart Simpson looking one, he was on pure demon time and immediately wanted to go to one of the bandits' camps he found and get some payback. After giving Mark to the mom to get patched up, Lee and Bart depart on their own journey. Arriving, the pair goes to the camp to check it out. They didn't find anything special or exciting besides empty cans, boxes, and a camcorder with no batteries in it. But all of that normality goes out the window when Lee finds Clementine's hat. Earlier in the episode, Clem mentioned that she couldn't find her hat, so had acquired. Lee doesn't even have time to question how the hat ended up there because the woman that took it immediately pops up and tries to ambush the duo. The lady starts talking about things that doesn't pertain to Lee and even accuses him of stealing Clementine, which of course confuses him. She then starts to talk about Bart's family and he didn't play that shit.
What happens? One of us is gonna kill you.
Like you could kill me. They couldn't kill me. They tried. Killing everywhere. Take all the dead folks you want. We'll make more. Go on. Tell him, boy. Tell him what you got in mind for
Headshot.
With that encounter over, the pair goes back to the farm where Lee is able to catch up with the rest of the group. Checking in on everyone, Lee meets up with Kenny, who is trying to find out what's behind the locked door in the barn that is being protected. Also, Kenny's Floridian flares up.
Hey, Lee, you know how to pick a lock, right?
Hey, yo, what the
Why
fuck?
would you say that?
Well, you're, you know, urban?
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
not saying what I think you're saying.
Jesus, man, I'm from Florida. Crazy shit just comes out of my mouth sometimes.
Oh, this nigga's wildin'.
Lee manages to get the lock off the door and finds a room full of bloodied equipment.
Boy, didn't you hear the bell?
I ain't gonna lie, that boy right
What do you
there,
mean by that?
that shit sounded mad racist, I ain't gonna lie. Like that has some racial tension sprinkled on that bitch. Andy manages to explain the room to Lee somehow by contributing it to hunting and basically where to kill the animals at. Entering, Lee notices that Mark is at the dinner table. The farm's mom told him that she already brought him food up earlier. Lee doesn't believe that at all and goes to look for Mark. He finds him behind the bookcase. He's fine, you know, he's a little tired. Also, he's missing his fucking legs. That's it. Nothing too major. With the little energy he has, he manages to tell Lee not to eat the dinner. Lee manages to warn the others in time. Or not at all if you take your sweet ass time. Which some of you probably did. Everybody starts arguing, knives and guns are drawn out, and things just couldn't get any worse. Mark then crawls downstairs and makes shit even worse.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Lee wakes up in a locked locker with Larry, Lily, Kenny, and Clem. He tries to find a way out, but Larry goes and has a heart attack or something. A decision is to be made. Either try and help Larry out. Save this nigga. Nigga, stop. We finna put this racist nigga pack all in the air. Hey, roll the music. Roll it.
Shut your bitch ass up.
After packing up Larry, Lee managed to get the door unlocked by letting Clem climb through the unit in the room that they moved out the way. Escaping, Lee and Kenny handles Bart first. You have the option to... Lee is able to save Katja thanks to zombie Mark getting his get back. With two family members down, the only person left is Andy. After shooting Kenny, after which Carly then shoots Andy, forcing Lee to 1v1 him. At first, he almost dies, thanks to no one helping. I'm looking mostly at Lily, because she's still mad we killed her father, her daddy. Also, what the fuck was where the fuck was not Claire? What's it? Carly? Where's she at? She just had the gun on him. but he managed to get his power back and starts to beat him into a puddle, literally and figuratively. After beating him, you could choose to let him live, or to They start to return back to the motel. While traveling, they come across a car full of supplies and food, so of course, they take it. Carly gives batteries to Lee for the camcorder, and upon watching it, Lee learns that the lady that Bart has killed earlier was actually watching them, and that the farm was helping keep the bandits at bay. Since the farm was giving the bandits supplies, they wouldn't have to expand their places to look at, which included the motel. So with that, episode 2, Start for Help, comes to an end.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another Monday in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment share with you.
The episode opens up with Lee and Kenny going to re-up on supplies from the local pharmacy. The pair is slightly slowed down due to Kenny's injury from last episode. Again, right here. Oh yeah, Kenny drops Lee. But let's be honest, not the first time the white man let down the blacks.
I'm sure it would fascinate him, the niggas' endurance for pain. These niggas are tough, Dr. Schultz, no doubt about it. Here the exceptional nigga.
While climbing up, after finding a solution to get on the truck, the pair comes across a woman being attacked by walkers, and who gets bitten. Having a choice between putting the woman out of her misery, or just leaving her. Yeah, I left her ass. She was dumb as hell. She had so many places to go, but instead she spent her entire time running in a fucking circle, yelling, instead of just, running away from them in literally any direction. With the sacrifice of the screaming woman, the duo managed to get some more items, leaving right as the undead converge in their location, returning to the now fortified motel, and getting into it with Lily. Oh yeah, Lily is still upset about what happened to her daddy back in the last episode. The whole... She also is arguing with Kenny about whether the group should leave the motel to head for the sea, or well, Savannah, which is the city next to the sea. Kenny thinks that they should and is prepping the RV for it, while Lily thinks they would be taking an unnecessary risk. The argument ends with Lily saying that someone has been stealing supplies. Carly comes through and talks Lee into talking with Lily about the supplies, which he does, but not before she's able to convince him to tell others of his past, which he can, whether he agrees to it or not.
Right.
Of course I'm probably right. People might be pissed, and telling them might cause some trouble, but it will be a far cry from what'll happen if they don't hear it from you.
Yeah.
So you'll do it then?
I'll let people know. You're totally right.
Good. I think it's for the best. Don't call me small.
We got the ass!
Lee goes and talks to Lee, who informs him that someone's been scheming medicine up the top, and that the count is off. This leads to Lee investigating with the help of Duck. It's optional.
Sorry? I heard you guys talking.
You need to unhear all of that.
Can I help?
What did I just say?
You're the Grace Detective, and I can be Dick Grayson, your ward. That's Robin.
I know who it is.
The pair searches the area until they find the drugs in the outside of the motel. Lily and Lee tries to come up with a plan on what to do, but is interrupted when some bandits attack the motel. Lee distracted them while Lily got an advantage and started shooting, freeing the group, causing Lee to defend them for a while until everyone gets on the RV. The crew dips, now with everybody in the RV. Lee starts bugging out, talking about how there's a traitor amongst them, and she just starts questioning everyone, mostly Carly and Ben. Just straight wild. Nah, she right. There is a snake in the group that was giving out supplies, and they need to be dealt with. The only reason why you think she is bugging because she's going after Carly, aka Lee's bae, aka the woman keeping the meat to box ratio steady. The argument is so strong that it distracts Kenny, who's driving, causing him to hit a walker, stopping the group in their tracks. Kenny hops out to go check the damage while the group steps out to argue even more. Lily is blaming Ben and Carly is sticking up for him. This leads to Lily wanting to vote him out.
Thank you, Lee. Please, listen to him.
Please don't kick me out of the group.
We won't.
Tell me. Now.
There! I got him.
Please, let's just get back in
That's
the
not
RV.
happening. You think you're some tough bitch, don't you? Like nothing can hurt you. But you're just a scared little girl. Get the fuck over it. Take a page from Lee's book and try helping somebody for once.
Now, what the fuck's the problem?
The group leaves with or without Lily. I decided to take her because the meat to box ratio is starting to become uneven. The group gets back to traveling. While on the road, Kenny and Katja tells Lee that Duck has been bitten. Back at the motel, Lee naps on it after telling Clem he has a nightmare, one in which Clem turns. It ends when Lee is awoken by Kenny, who shows him that the road is being blocked by a train. So, the group spends some time looking around. Oh yeah, Lily then proceeds to steal the RV, so the gang gets stuck in quite a pickle, trying to figure out how to move the train. Oh, also, the meat to box ratio has now gone from 1-to-1 to 5-to-2, including children, cause, listen, I'm not that sick of a nigga. But some people are. You know. Hey, nigga, is that EDP? Hey, get the nigga a cupcake. Get him away from me.
Get this motherfucking ass out of here!
While getting the train running, the group meets Chuck.
Name's Chuck.
Oh, it's not Chuck, it's Charles. Call him Chuck today. Chuck, a homeless man living in a train. After this, Lee gets the train running. But that doesn't change Duck's health, which is decreasing, causing Lee to go talk to Kenny about him. Which goes great, I guess.
Running like a coward.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
The fuck?
Got me all the way fucked up. We run this bitch back. Lee speaks to Kenny, who expresses that Duck getting bitten was the universe getting back at him. Kenny for not saving her son. But he comes to the realization that his son is infected and will turn, so he decides to stop and deal with it, which goes pretty good.
What the?
No!
Ben, take Clementine into the train. Go, it'll be fine.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Cat, Katja!
Yeah, Katja couldn't take it and offed herself, you know, right in front of her fucking son, the nigga they came out to kill, who's just looking at the situation like a paraplegic, quadriplegic nigga looking like a train wreck skid. Just look at him. Kenny is forced to get over it rather quickly, and a decision is to be made on who kills Duck. You can force Kenny to do it, but if you do that, you one evil ass nigga. You probably kick puppies. You probably go to blind people's houses, break in and move around their furniture. You probably pop niggas in wheelchairs tires. Just on some real devious shit. After putting Duck down, the group gets back on the train and heads out, where Clem informs Lee of what Chuck said to her. This, of course, makes him angry. Oh yeah, he said that basically she gonna die. Until Chuck further explains what he meant, which was simply that Clem wasn't suited to survive, and he gives some suggestions, all of which Lee agrees to. Lee leaves him to go to do a training montage with Clem, who he teaches her how to shoot, so she can abuse the standard law ground. Gives the let me speak to the manager low cut Bob, and finally shows her a map of the location they're going to be to help her avoid a certain group of people. Yeah, you know what group of people I'm talking about. Usually on the taller side, can't or don't have a job, tries to make everything a joke, makes excuses on why their life is so damn hard and why people like targeting them. You know what I'm talking about. EDP's people. Pedophiles.
State of Florida has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. We're moving into your neighborhood. We're obliged to admit the crimes for which we were convicted. We're not here to start no trouble. We're legally required to do the sex offender shovel.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga! You know nothing about
Shut your
that!
bitch ass up.
Lee runs into Ben while on his way back to Clem, and he admits that he was one that was giving the supplies out, and Lee was about to hit him with that New Jack City treatment,
See ya! And I wouldn't.
but he doesn't and leaves him to be with Clem. All of that comes to an end when the train gets blocked by a hanging fuel tanker, cargo holder, container thingy. I don't know the word, but let's just leave it at tanker. Arguing on what to do, the group is interrupted by two survivors passing by. They decide to try and help the group. The two survivors are Christian and Omarion. It's Krista and Omid. That's their names, not Christian and Omarion. The two groups come together and work on trying to get the tank down, the train down, or get the damn thing out the way. Lee and Clem manage to find something to cut the tanker after almost dying to a couple of walkers. Really close call. Lee and Omarion starts to cut the tanker down and are forced to speed up since a bunch of walkers start to approach. But thankfully, they get out unharmed.
We gotta jump.
What? No way!
Guys!
Come on! Jump!
No!
Jump, damn it!
Still no!
Fine.
That was easy.
They get on the train and continue on to Savannah. Lee and Kenny discover that someone knows that they are coming.
Can't wait for you to get to Savannah, Clementine. I got your parents right here. And you be sure to find me, whether Lee wants you to or not. Now,
Holy shit.
I thought that fucking thing was broken.
So did I.
Well, it sounds like somebody knows where we're headed.
Who the fuck?
I don't know, but I doubt we're gonna be happy when we find out.
And with that, episode 3 comes to an end.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment share with you.
The episode starts up 3 hours after the end of episode 3. Link in the description. Also in the Walking Dead Season 1 playlist. The group ends up walking through the streets of Savannah peacefully. I use peaceful in the most cavalier way humanly possible. The peace doesn't last long thanks to a mysterious person ringing a church bell, alerting and summoning walkers to their location. The group has to fight their way to safety. And they look terrible to the point that Clem almost got killed thanks to Ben being pussy. They were so bad that Chuck was the MVP of the whole situation. How is an old homeless nigga with a shovel putting in more work than two niggas with guns?
How, Sway?
Like, make it make sense. The crew ends up managing to break into a house to take shelter. Thanks to a white family. And you may be wondering how I know it's a white family. Well, the most obvious, Exhibit A. They have a family portrait. Exhibit A too. They looking like the Wayne family because they're kind of pasty from what I see. Exhibit B. They have a doggy door. Exhibit B too. The doggy door is an electronic one. It uses an RFC or something on the dog's collar. And finally, Exhibit C. They buried the dog with the fucking collar still on the bitch. Like, let's be real. Coming from a black household, if you lose a key to the house, you more than likely gonna get hit with the now everybody in the world got a key to the house. But this right here, you definitely get smacked upside your head. Cause a dog collar does not belong to a singular dog. No. Cause when a dog dies, that collar gets passed down like the Black Panther mantle to another dog. That's more than likely the same breed and looks similar to the dead dog because for some reason, we just don't want a new dog. Splitting up, the crew clears the house. And by crew, I mean a whopping 2 niggas, being Lee and Kenny cause everybody else is occupied, I guess. Lee clears the bottom floor and meets with Kenny in the attic.
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you, sitting all alone,
Kenny,
crying in pain,
you okay, man?
near death from sickness? And what
Oh,
if all you had
Jesus.
to do
What the
was reach
hell is
into your
that?
pocket and pull out 50 cents
God.
to save that child's life? This is that child, and this is that moment.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Kenny is going through it. Just to remind you, episode 3 took place 3 hours prior. I know this is like my 3rd time saying it, but it took place 3 hours prior. Meaning, not only did Kenny's whole family get wiped, but it's the same damn day all of it took place. And now he's looking at the kid that looks similar to the son he just lost a few hours ago. I feel bad for that nigga. Which is why I made Lee put the boy out of his misery.
I'm sorry.
While burying the body, a stranger pulls up and stares Lee down, and then disappears when he notices him, looking at him like, damn, when they change to the Dominican gardener. To stop the group from fighting even more, the crew decides to split the team into two. Group A, consisting of Lee and Kenny, and possibly Clem if you want to bring her along, I didn't take her, is assigned to go look for the boat at the river. Group B, with everyone else, is keeping an eye on Omid and looking for more supplies. Skipping ahead to the river, they don't find nothing at all. And I mean nothing at all. They even struggle to find pocket change. What they don't struggle finding is a white person doing parkour! After greeting each other,
what the?
You got me fucked up.
What the?
Listen, I promise you, nigga, I will restart this bitch till I get it right.
What the?
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
With tensions being high, a non-listening Clem decides to pop up and help ease the tension between them.
Kenny, no, it's not our guy!
Most of them. The group and the stranger introduced themselves. The stranger is called Molly, and they chatted up about Crawford. Alright, Crawford is kinda important in this episode, so a quick synopsis. These niggas believe in the survival of the fittest, but later on they pushed it even harder, so not only was people with diseases and other ailments such as oldness kicked out, or I think diabetes too. They was kicked out or killed, even children, but all that shit is put on hold since they start to get swarmed by walkers. This causes Lee to be split up from the group, and runs into the sewer where he outwits some walkers. Also, reunites with Chuck. Damn, Chuck went to the wrong Diddy party, cause they ate his ass. It was digging all in this nigga guts. Actually, matter of fact, shit, not thinking about it, that could have been a Diddy party.
King son, man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Lee manages to escape from the sewers and immediately runs to a group, which he manages to sweet talk his way into calming everything down, learning that this group of people are the people who was kicked out of Crawford due to old age and sickness and stuff of that nature. They were a cancer support group, but now they the Make-A-Wish crew. They have their own backstories, but I don't really give a damn about them. Lee manages to convince Vernon to help him get back to his crew via the sewers. Once there, Vernon gets rope-a-doped into checking out Omid since he's a doctor. While that's happening, Lee goes and looks for Clem.
Holy shit.
Swear.
But this does put a smile on my face.
The group regroups to summarize what is happening. Omid needs medicine and the boat needs a battery and some gas. So they come up with a plan to rob Crawford by sneaking in. The plan goes good for the first couple of seconds until some changes has to be made.
What the fuck?
Hello, motherfucker.
Come here, Mom!
The whole area of Crawford is littered with walkers, changing the plan slightly.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up, Obi-Wan. Granted, he isn't wrong. Shit does go wrong in various ways and they almost die.
Leave him! Run.
Okay, follow me. Move your ass!
Little help here!
Lee, do something!
We got it!
Break the door with something!
Damn well better.
He sent me out to look for something we can use to bust it open. I found this.
Ben, where did you get that?
I just found it. It was stuck in the door handle at the end of the hallway back
Lee! Shoot this fucker!
Thanks.
It wasn't me!
Good going, kid. Nice shot. Thanks.
Fucking Ben. Speaking of Ben, he admits to all he has done to the group, mainly telling Kenny that he is the one that made the deal with the bandits, overall getting his whole family wiped. Kenny is beyond pissed and wants to kick Ben out, forcing the group to decide. I decided to kick the nigga out. Vernon group wants to decide as well. Mostly this woman here, her name is Bree, like the cheese, which is funny because her ass gets snacked on mid-question. Like the cheese. Yeah, I gotta put that in the script to sound better. I'll cut this part out. No, I'm not. Maybe, I don't know. The group tries to escape, but they require Lee to stay back and protect them. And Lee proceeds to give one of the best killing sprees with a Remington shotgun. Man really put the team on his entire back. I'm gonna play the clip and speed it up and just watch what he does. This man kills a total of 17 walkers, 13 of them being from the shotgun, 4 of them being from the hatchet. He is him. After putting another one down, another decision is to be made, whether to drop Ben or to try to save him. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I kept him alive simply because he was acting like he was doing a service to Lee by dying. Like, boy, don't disrespect the goat like that. They return and handle all their businesses. Vernon pulls Lee aside and suggests that Lee give Clem to him and his group to keep her safe, noting that Lee isn't that good of a leader. In so many words, called him a no good ass nigga, called him a bad father, a terrible leader, and said you probably don't wash your ass. That's crazy. After this, Lee goes and talks to Clem about the events that unfolded, which ends with Clem in a bad mood. After a quick power nap, Lee goes looking for Clem, in which he gets sneak attacked by a walker.
No.
Lee? Lee? You out here?
In the words of the infamous William Shakespeare, to be or not to be, an important decision is to be made yet again. Tell the group the truth or hide it. I told the truth, get out the way. But one question that I had was, why didn't Lee just cut the arm/hand off? But then I thought about it. Lee wasn't concerned with that since Clem is missing, and he's more worried about Clem than himself. To put it in perspective, Clem is out in a zombie-filled world by herself without anyone that he trusts with her, versus himself, who just got infected with something that is a confirmed death sentence to his knowledge. Think about it, every person he interacted with that got bitten has died. Hell, he probably thinking of Shorty that Waka Flocka herself, in like the first episode, she pow. Yeah, after mentioning that she was infected, that she was also infected. To him, he probably thinking, shit, I'm gonna die anyway. Ain't no point slowing down the search for Clem. Either that or he just didn't think about it. Lee makes a rescue team, or not, depending on what you want. You decide who wanna go. And goes to the Make-A-Wish group hideout since Vernon was last mentioning taking Clem. Arriving, the camp is abandoned. Before he starts freaking out, Clem hits him on a walkie-talkie. But before she can say anything else, a man takes the walkie-talkie from her, stating to Lee that it is not Vernon, and he has Clem. The episode ends with the stranger finally making his move. Okay, Telltales The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 4 is now in the books. Yeah.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another Monday in the night, let me paint the view, color down with my light. For every moment share with you.
The episode picks up directly after the end of episode 4. Link in the description. Also, right here. The stranger has made their move, informing the group that it isn't Vernon and that Clem is safe. But you know who isn't safe? The group, since walkers are now flooding into the city. And Ninja Turtles aren't the only things they need to look out for, since more importantly, the zombies, the walkers, they're flooding through the sewers as well. The rescue team is forced to guard the door while Lee looks for another exit, which he does manage to find. Unfortunately, he finds himself blacking out before opening the door, and also giving us the coldest title card of the entire season. Waking up right before the team cuts his arm off. They were going to cut it off in hopes of either stopping the infection or at the very least slowing the infection down. The question of whether or not to become a cripple is left in the hands of the player. Pun intended. I decided not to. Lee managed to recompose himself and is able to finish opening the door, leading the team to a ladder to the roof of the building. Also blacking out on his way up the ladder. Nigga got that Nathan Drake look, cause truthfully, that nigga should have fallen, or at the very least, fucked up his leg/shin. But nah, he too much of that nigga to let anything stop him. Getting to the rooftop, Lee comes up with a plan to use the bell to alert the walkers to clear the path for them to return to the mansion. The plan works, and Lee does his best Ethan Hunt impression to get across a gap. Regrouping, they head out. Yeah, man, I was thinking of making a YouTube channel where I discuss why women purpose on Earth and serve men, and how black women are the lesser women of the planet, and also, if it ain't snowing, I'm not going. Finally returning, the group comes to find out that the boat has been taken by the Make-A-Wish crew.
I don't give a fuck if their Make-A-Wish was a fucking boat ride. When I find them, I'm gonna rip their throats out.
I guess they ain't wishing for a boat no more. Kenny obviously is pissed, and it's doubled since in my playthrough I took Kenny leaving Ben to watch the boat, so of course Kenny gets all in the nigga's ass. No diddy.
What?
But Ben isn't playing all of that and decides to become Mr. Beast because he lets Kenny have it.
Not just you. Chill. Bandits, hey, chill. Here's some pills. Vernon, chill. Here's our fucking boat.
This isn't my fault.
I can't point to one thing that's happened that isn't somehow your fault. Lee should have left you in Crawford. Fuck you, Kenny.
Whoa, Ben.
No, let him. I am so sorry about Katja and Duck. I am. And I know I fucked up. But stop pushing me around and stop wishing I was dead. No! You know how they die. You've said goodbye. I never got to see my family, my parents, my little sister. Do you get that? Your family is gone, but at least you had them to lose. I never made it home. They could be alive or dead or walkers or worse, and I don't know. So give me a fucking break!
Wait, hold on. Yeah, these niggas' rent was due. Oh, also, Duck's name, he's actually named after Kenny, making him Kenny Jr. They just call him Duck. Fun fact. Before any more character development could happen, the group is taken siege by walkers, forcing them to try and defend against the horde. It doesn't go too well, and the group is forced into the attic, where Lee passes out yet again. But surprise, surprise, Clem manages to get into contact with Lee, letting him figure out that she's at the hotel that her parents were last staying at. They get into an argument about what to do with Clementine if Lee doesn't make it.
To die because we were stupid.
I'm sorry, okay? Fuck, we can't do this!
We're gonna have to. Ah!
You ruined that dude's face.
Shut up, sweetie. Look.
Shut up, bitch.
They discover that the wood is rotted out, so they just decide to make a hole to the adjacent building and leave from there. While working on the hole, Lee chats it up with Krista and Omid, making jokes.
For you, I would have been scared shitless.
If you were me, you'd be a foot taller.
Hey!
And about 50 pounds heavier. You, wouldn't get scared as much.
With your arm and my leg, I'll cripple fight you right here, buddy.
I would have had to chop this one off for you to even stand a chance.
Talking about how he feels.
Think it matters much now. I'm losing a lot of feeling in it.
Really?
Yeah, it's hot, like when you break a bone. But tingly, like it's asleep.
And overall, coming up with a plan with what to do with Clem.
I want you guys to take her.
Stop it.
I'm serious. I'll be safe and relatively happy with you two.
We're not doing this right now.
Krista, listen to him.
It's what I want, okay?
They make it to the next building, and after some thoughts on the situation in front of them, Lee finds an escape, which they all take and make it out safely. Mostly all make it out safely, and getting closer doesn't matter that much since Ben got pierced through shit, nigga, basically through everything important with living. Kenny, being the Grinch he is, has his hurt grown 3 times and sends Lee on while trying to save Ben.
Kenny!
Or at least to make sure he doesn't have a sucky death. With this, Lee is forced to leave Kenny to whatever fate he has, now pushing forward with only Krista and Omid. Nearing the hotel, the trio is broken up once the sign they was using as a walkway breaks. Side note, Krista is pregnant. Lee brings it up while they debate who should cross first. It kind of felt like a throwaway line, since I don't know when they talked about it. Since they can't find a way across, Lee tells them he would meet up with them at the train tracks after he gets Clem, and they agree. Knowing that his time is coming to an end, Lee just says, you know what, fuck it, and proceeds to fight his way through the horde on the street, aka being that nigga yet again. Arriving at the hotel, Lee is met with a familiar car, and upon entering, is held up by the stranger and is forced to sit and have a discussion. Long story short, remember back at the end of episode 2? When the group finds a car with supplies and steals them? Yeah, that was his family shit. Turns out that the stranger had taken his young son to go hunting and lost him. He returned to his family without the son, and the mom was devastated, so they went to go look for him, but they didn't find him, and we also robbed the nigga, but they didn't find him. So after some time of straight starving, the woman just says fuck this and ended up taking the daughter and leaving, but they didn't get far since the stranger found them dead a day later in the street. So he then proceeds to cook Lee and all the decisions he made up until then. And by he, I meant us. The stranger was listening in through the walkie-talkie, so he's just throwing all your choices back in your face. While talking, Clem manages to get the drop on the stranger, leading to Lee and the strangers fighting it out. Lee starts to choke the nigga out, but I decided to let Clem get the last hit in. Also, my hand was starting to cramp up, so I just said, I didn't know if I needed to keep hitting X. Details weren't clear. Instructions weren't clear.
Son of a bitch! Just go away! Die!
Headshot.
Goddamn! With Clem saved, Lee uses the guts of a walker to rub on Clem to blend in with the horde outside. The nigga all in his guts. Literally, like, shit gone crazy. Exiting the hotel, Clem sees her parents, who are now walkers. That's a hella big coincidence, given the fact that it has been almost 4 months since the outbreak took place, and you're telling me that as a walkers, they stayed in one place at this time? Okay. Before Lee can say anything, he passes out, leading to Clem hauling him into the nearest building and locking themselves inside, where Lee handcuffs himself to a radiator and tries to get Clem to safety before he turns, and helps her get rid of a walker for the last time. Damn, she almost went full God of War 3. She was hitting him like... With time almost up, Lee leaves Clem with some words of not only wisdom, but also courage. And the final decision is to be made. Leave Lee to turn, or put him out his misery. And of course, I couldn't have Lee turn into a walker.
I'll miss you.
Me too.
Don't let me leave, Murph. Don't let me leave, Murph.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean. First time I saw this scene, shit almost made me fucking cry. Man, play the music.
I really miss my nigga. I really miss my nigga. I really miss my nigga. I 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 miss my nigga.
After a fire credit song. Ooh, bitch hitting the howl. Clem is shown waiting and meeting up with Krista and Omid, nervous about the future. And with that, season 1 of Telltale's Walking Dead comes, finally, to an end.
When I'm on the road, watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night.
The episode begins with a shot of a rest stop pre-outbreak, and immediately switches to the present day with walkers walking around. Next, a board is shown. This is the main hub for the episode. You can pick which storylines you want to play in whatever order. For me, I just went from left to right, starting off with Vince, day 2. Vince's story kicks off, again pre-outbreak, where he catches a body.
Come on. I told you like 20 times. I don't even know your brother.
And like TK, he does a race, running past Lee's parents' pharmacy and dumping the weapon. Or at least I decided to dump the weapon. It doesn't matter since either way, he gets caught. So, like TK, he ain't beat the fucking case either. Vince's story is very similar to Lee's, given the fact that our first experience with them is after he killed somebody. For Vince, he's already been sentenced and is on his way to prison, along with 4 other prisoners being Larry and Danny. And the black ones don't matter for whatever reason, Juneteenth over with. So we're going to talk about Larry and Danny, the white ones. Larry is... oh, this nigga's name is Justin? The fuck I get Larry from? Anyways, Larry is a Bernie Madoff of the group, the trio. He went and stole millions of dollars from his investors. Danny was on his Karl Malone timing, since he was convicted of sleeping with a minor.
Seriously, I was falsely accused.
And returning to the black inmates, one gets yoked out.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Oh shit! Man. What the hell is going on? Mom. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Call for your mama.
And the other...
Headshot.
Gets one tapped. While that is happening, the outbreak truly gets started, with people getting snacked on. Such as the guard getting snacked on by the inmate that got yoked out.
Right here! We're safe inside the bus! Nothing's gonna... Holy shit! Jesus.
Adding another body to the board, with the help of the other guard.
You need to call someone, you hear me? We need to...
Okay, not with the guards. The trio comes up with a way to escape their situation. Most of them fail except for the last one, having to sacrifice a leg from one of them to escape, rendering that person to not have a foot. A decision is to be made. For me, I'm gonna pass on the body. I'm John Stockton. If you didn't understand this bar, I got you. John Stockton is regarded as one of the greatest point guards in all time, in all of NBA. Also having claims to having the most assists by any player, having a basketball career spanning 19 seasons on the Utah Jazz. And you know who else was on the Utah Jazz that helped John with that feat? Karl Malone, who played with him for 18 seasons, given the fact that Karl entered the NBA 1 year after John. The two is considered one of the most iconic duos, thanks to their mastery of the pick and roll. I'm saying all of this to say that I'd save Danny's leg, and if you're wondering why I saved the future variant of Dr. Disrespect, it's quite simple. That nigga's a monster. He was shown to have questionable morals, but is also down to act, versus the other one who is cowardly, who is too cowardly for my taste. With this, the duo leaves, leaving Larry to his fate. With that, Vince's story comes to an end. Next up, Wyatt, day 41. The story opens with another duo running away from another car. Turns out that the driver ended up killing one of the members from that group, adding another kill to the kill count. The gay couple is in the process of escaping, which they do successfully. I call them gay couples because the driver is giving massive bottom energy.
Hey, yo, what the
He gives off a girlfriend who wants too much attention and won't stop talking for any amount of time, and also not paying attention to the road. That's just a pet peeve of mine. That's just a pet peeve of mine. While barely paying attention, they hit something / someone.
The guy peed on her dad.
shit?
They ended up hitting the guard that ran away during Vince's storyline. This episode has a ton. What? Oh, this episode has a ton of neat tie-ins since it's like an anthology series, which I said earlier. The driver stops and wants to check on what they hit. Yeah, this nigga pissed me off. Talking about, let's go check to see what we hitting. Saying that if it was a human, he wants to give him a proper burial. Like, these niggas ain't getting hunted. Like, he didn't just kill somebody right before they start getting hunted. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna camp of leave the nigga, so when the driver was trying to get Wyatt to go, I shut it down, leaving him to go look for the body. Before leaving, the driver throws the keys to Wyatt, making him go look for them in the dark. Yeah, remember the people that was just chasing them? Well, them niggas pulled up like a Batman, and Wyatt manages to fight them off and just skirts off, leaving the driver by himself. With that, Wyatt's story comes to an end. Moving on to Shell, day 236. Based on the wiki, so take what I say with a grain of salt for this little section. The story starts with a group holed up in a diner, having it as their base of operations, and having different jobs be done to keep the building safe. Another fun fact, we see the guard from the last story, again, this time as a chained up walker. I believe this is the last time seeing him. No, it's not. He's in the entire episodes. He's in most of the storylines, except for maybe the last one. After feeding the walkers, yeah, a long story. Shell. Oh shit, my bad. You shouldn't be playing around. After getting a jump scare, an emergency meeting is called since they captured a person trying to steal from them. Fun fact, Roman is actually voiced by Andrew, this last name. He has done a bunch of voice acting. Voices such as Grindel from The Wolf Among Us. He worked on Dead Space 1 and 2, Iron Man 2 the game, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Basically, he did a lot of background voices and stuff of that nature. But none of that matters with the problem that's at hand right now. The group is debating on whether letting the guy go or killing him. If some of these characters are looking familiar, that's because the group is the Make-A-Wish crew. It's explained in the season 1 of Telltale's The Walking Dead. Playlist in the description. Also episode 5 right here. But go click that description and watch all of them. They're amazing. Yeah, Vernon and some of them ended up just dying, making some of the survivors think that letting him go would do good for the group, since the last time they took advantage of someone, aka Ben, they stole the boat, while others want him dead due to...
He can't even speak English. This group works because we know how to communicate.
Yo, that was wild. Anyways, I decided just to let him go. Cutting to day 259, the game picks right back up. Yeah, a member got killed due to an attack, thanks to the dude that was released, so another one on the board? Another problem arises. Someone from the group tried to steal some supplies and leave, a friend of Shell. With this, Shell is forced to decide whether to kill the betrayer or try her luck and try to leave with her sister. I think she's her sister, could be her daughter, could just be like a Clem situation, but I think she's Shell's sister. Oh yeah, another tally on the board since I chose to kill Shorty, the traitor, the wannabe thief. With this, Shell's story comes to an end. Next up, Russell, day 184. His story starts with him trying to make it to his grandma's house. Red Riding Hood ass nigga. Anyways, he runs into the car that Wyatt and his boyfriend, fucked over. Long story short, he catches a ride with a man, and they arrive at the diner Shell group was holed up in, meeting gunfire. Also, we find the guard from Vince's story, yet again, as a walker. I decided to kill him. The duo breaks in and finds an old couple.
Walt! Ow! Get the fuck out of here, you monsters! Whoa, Gramps! I told you not to come back here. Think you could just leave your mask at home? And now you're with this fucking spook!
First off, watch the fucking racism. This is my boy. Secondly, I don't fucking know you. We were just passing by like anyone else.
Bullshit! You came back to finish us off and take all our food!
You've lost your goddamn marble.
Yeah, I just decided to leave. I was going to try and save them, but Juneteenth wasn't that long ago, and I can't let that comment slide. Also, it explains why there was blood in a diner during Shell's story, which is actually false, since this takes place after Shell's story. Right? No, it takes place before, since this is day 184 for Russ's. Then how do we... Wait, then how do we kill him if he was... I'm lost. Wait, but he's in 184, which is day 184. He then gets killed But in 236, he's one of the girl. Yeah, they kind of messed up on that, I think. Yeah, I think they messed up with that. But whatever, let's push forward. And with that, Russell's story ends. Finally, the last story begins. Being Bonnie, day 220. Her story starts with her flirting with a married man. Bonnie is a former drug addict, also is a secondary character in season 2 of Telltale's The Walking Dead. It's going to be coming out sometime later this year, maybe in November or October. The wife returns and notices that something is off. And by something, I mean damn near the nigga's pants. They start to return to their group, but is forced to run when Shell's group comes for them. Turns out that the wife had went and stole from them. I believe that this took place before Shell's story during the trip, or during the skip. Since this took place on day 220, so pre-Shell, since based on the wiki, again, I'm bringing up the wiki, the first part was on day 236, so yeah. Oh, also, if you didn't kill the guard in Russell's story, you will see Walker and Bonnie's, which then you kill him. It's kind of neat. The trio ends up in a cornfield where Bonnie is forced to protect herself.
Bonnie.
Dee? Oh, God, Dee, I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
Why?
Yeah, Bonnie hit the fuck out of her. Before she could die, she basically called her a bitch and that she's nothing more than a junkie. She then dies and her husband finds her. I, of course, lie and say she was like that when she got there. And also that it ain't time for mourning. So the duo then leaves her dead ass in the field. With that, Bonnie's story comes to an end. After finishing all the stories, the person that read all of them contacts her group explaining that she found more survivors. Yeah, each picture had a story and the woman was out looking for more survivors for her group since they need people. She then tracks them down and tries to make a deal with them. Based on the decisions you made during the story, it dictates whether they go with the woman or not. And with that, Telltale's Walking Dead 400 Days comes to an end. Also, having a body count of 15. Okay, Telltale's The Walking Dead 400 Days DLC is now in the books. In my honest opinion, it was okay. Like, just okay. Nothing mind-blowing or spectacular. It definitely feels like a filler game, you know, something to keep us over until the second season dropped. Now looking back on it from where we at now, you can see the cracks in the foundation, such as certain decisions not mattering, such as who to save when playing events, since we don't see nothing about him or the other character at all throughout the rest of the episode, or whether or not to hit D, because fun fact, if you don't hit her, it gives you a game over, since it's another character that finds her that's part of Shells, and I think she gets shot. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. With that being said, the galaxy needs me. Farewell.
Hiding both face and mind, are free for you to throw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.